So I was scrolling through social media and I chanced on this post. Let me keep it here for a while so you can all read. And I the second comment down there, I was like, hey, see, I think this generation is like really missing a lot, and if we don't take care, we might be like the worst generation that ever existed. And I feel like I just need to share this. No man, no human being should be your yardstick in relationships, in career, in raising your children, in finances, in whatever. If you are a Christian, yeah, you follow all the popular gospel musicians, you follow all the popular pastors. I do love Pastor Nathaniel Basti. I do listen to Apostle Joshua Selman and all the other, like I do have so many people that I follow. But I think we this generation of Christians, women, men, are getting into a place where they are idolizing humans. They are idolizing the men of God. They are idolizing prophets. They are idolizing like people they are not supposed to idolize. How can you say if a gentleman in this generation does not know Apostle Joshua Selman or Pastor Nathan Basi, like they are not a marriage material? Like that is totally flawed. That is very, very bad. And if you're going into a relationship with this kind of expectation, you're probably just going to marry a hypocrite or a pretender. Somebody will come, pretend to be like somebody who loves Pastor Nathaniel Basi or Apostle Joshua Selman just to get you married to them, and afterwards you really see the real Pepe or the real human being that they are. I think this is really a very flawed mindset. For you to have a mindset where you are using human beings as like the yardstick. No shade to Pastor Nathaniel Basi or Apostle Joshua Selman, but please, let's get this right. Jesus is the only yardstick that we have. After all, Apostle Joshua Selman and Pastor Nathaniel Basi are all looking up to Jesus Christ. They are all soaking from this grace to be perfect. You don't know what goes on in their lives. You don't know. They are human beings after all. They've got their own personal issues. They've got their own personal lives, their own marital issues. You can look up to them as role models, but then it ends there. By using a human being as a yardstick for another human being is a totally flawed opinion or expectation. And if you're a young lady looking to be married, if you're a young lady looking to get into a relationship and you have this in your mind, I am sorry. The devil can even pretend to be like a son of God and go and make himself look like a son of God and come and deceive you. I think Jesus should be the yardstick. And if you look at Jesus, if you study the Bible and you look at Jesus and you follow the life of Jesus and how he acted and you use him as a yardstick, that is what is going to help you. Let me tell you a story. Years back, I was in a church group with lots of ladies and all that, and some of them started saying, oh, me, I won't date somebody unless he looks like my reverend minister or unless he looks like the pastor. Trust me, some of the guys started having haircuts, even like the pastor. They started dressing like the pastor. They started doing things like the pastor in order to get the attention of these ladies. And lo and behold, they did get it. Tell me where these marriages are. Some of these marriages are really struggling because their expectation was their pastor. Your pastor is not the perfect person. Your pastor is not a perfect human being. And so if you're going to use your pastor as a yardstick or a man of God as a yardstick for your marriage or relationship, see, this marriage journey is a purification and a sanctification journey. And so if you're going in, you need to have the right mindset. You need to have the right yardstick for a man or for a woman or a spouse that you want. You cannot have a human being. You cannot have a man of God. No matter how good that man of God looks on the outside, you cannot look up to that man of God as your yardstick for the kind of relationship that you are going into or for the kind of marriage that you want. Please, let's get our priorities right. Let's get our mindsets shifted to Jesus and stop idolizing men of God. Stop idolizing women of God and rather look up to Jesus, who is the author and perfecter of our faith. Look up to Jesus, who is the way, truth, and the life, so that you can enjoy your life, you can enjoy your marriage. So you don't have to do that. Then when you get into the marriage and the person has come pretending to be like, oh, Apostle Joshua Selman, oh, I listen to him, I love him, blah blah blah, and then you get into that marriage and the person starts showing you their true colors, you'll be like, hey, I thought you were like Apostle Joshua Selman. Oh, you see, or you that's when you realize that you actually had a very flawed idea or flawed opinion of what a yardstick should be like. And if you are not married yet, you want to get into a relationship, you want to be married one day, Get your yardstick right, and that yardstick should be Jesus. If a man or a woman does not show their zeal or does not strive to be like Jesus, please, I beg, that should be the yardstick. That should be the thing that you say, okay, I'm not going into this marriage with you, and not another human being or another pastor, because we have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. It is only Jesus that you can use as a yardstick and succeed in this life. Please, let's get our mindset and our opinions and our whatever right, okay, so that we can have very good marriages that will bless not just us but the generations that come after us. Let he who has ears listen.